Alright, hey guys, it's Mermail's TCG, and I'm here to bring you a Mermail Atlantean deck profile. So, there's this thing Mr. Beast is setting up. It's called the Team Seas, and yeah, I kind of wanted to get on it too, and just build a deck around it, and hopefully just bring some awareness to Team Seas in the Yu-Gi-Oh community as well. So if you guys want to check out teamseas.org, it'll be in the description. And yeah, let's get that trash out of the ocean, and just help out these guys. Well, not these guys, but our real sea creatures. But yeah, let's just start right away with the deck profile. So here, so we got the Elemental Lord. This is just mainly your, if you banish 5, if you have exactly 5 water monsters in your grave, you get to discard 2 from your opponent's hand. It's a really good card. It's part of this important play where you can just make your opponent discard a bunch of cards, and it can just be really punishing once you start discarding a lot of their cards. And with this deck, you can kind of see into their hand a lot. But yeah, we'll get to that. Gamma Seal, it's a water monster. It's a water kaiju that you can use to sacrifice cards on their board in case you run into things that you're not able to deal with. Mermail Megalo, not as good as Teus, but he is a way for you to search out your spell or trap, and he is an effect that lets you use your water monsters in your hand in order to summon him, and that triggers their effects. But yeah, obviously Teus is better, just because he searches out a Mermail, and he only requires you to sacrifice 1. So yeah, 3 of these, and then 2 Megalo. Lapis Dragon, it is a tuner level 5 that does let you, if you search it out, which there are multiple ways of doing, through a water monster, you are able to special summon it. And yeah, well, obviously with that you can do some cool synchros or some links. Dragoons, Atlantean Dragoons is a really cool card. I think this card is pretty busted, and if this deck, like, if it got access to more support that really made it like above the line, like just a really, because right now it's a pretty good deck that you're able to have some fun with, but if it had a bit more cards that can just get it, that you can get out, like in strong like boss monsters to deal with, this card would probably be one of the first targets, just because you're able to add 1 sea serpent monster from your deck to your hand every time this card is sent to the graveyard through a water monster's effect. It is not once per turn, so you can just use it over and over. It's also level 4, which allows for some cool plays where you're able to summon 2 of them out, exceed, and then go for a Bahamut Shark. But yeah, Mermail Bispike. This one is not as great as the other Mermails. It does have its occasion when it's decent. But yeah, this one I can totally see you guys not wanting to run it, but it's had its moments where I was able to do something with it. But yeah, guys, Mermail Abyss Gund. So this one is really cool. I do like that it's just fodder for if you go for like Teus or Megalo, you're able to use the gun and just special summon another Mermail. It's pretty good, but you only need 1 of it. Marksman, you can just use him to destroy a sack card when you use him through like the Atlantean Prince or whatever. Deep Sea Minstrel. This card is pretty nice. Just because a lot of this deck is weak to hand traps, and being able to discard a card and him or her, I think it's her, you discard them to look at your opponent's hand, and you banish 1 card face up. So the main thing is you get to see what's in your opponent's hand. You get to know, okay, what am I able to deal with at the moment, and yeah, hopefully they only have 1 hand trap and you're able to get rid of that. And yeah, that'd be perfect if that's the case. 3 Swap Frog. I know some people don't run the frog engine here, but I think it does. It is a nice play and does give you some chances to go into totally awesome, as well as like using triggering some other aqua monsters or other water monsters abilities. Deep Sea Diva. This card is another card that is pretty busted. Generates so many plays, especially with the Atlantean Prince. Just being able to mill or special summon the Atlantean Prince, and being able to trigger his effect. So because they are not negated. Deep Sea Diva does not summon them negated, which is really nice. But yeah, guys, and over here we have Ronin Totem. So Ronin Totem is also a nice part of the package of the Swap Frog, or the Frog package. This is mainly like a combo enabler. Once you're able to get it moving. Dupe Frog is also here. I ended up taking it out, but if you guys do want to run that, go for it. I just couldn't find the space for it. But yeah, definitely if you want to make like a 41 deck variant, you can also do that. But yeah, heavy infantry, send this card to the grave for water monster effect, and then you get to destroy a card your opponent controls. It has some moments where it's pretty useful. Yeah, just being able to destroy it. So this one destroys face up card, and then where is he? Marksman destroys a set down card. So obviously the heavy infantry would be a bit better, but the marksman has moments where it's pretty good. Atlantean Prince. This card is amazing. It generates so many plays as you're able to just send an Atlantean monster from your deck to your grave, which of course triggers their effect as you're using a water monster, and you get to search out an Atlantean card. So yeah, very solid. Very solid card. Must out of 3. Especially with its synergy with Deep Sea Diva. Fishborg Launcher. This is your main synchro enabler. You're going to be using this card a lot. Yeah, so you could just run one of, and when you want to do more plays, since you have only water monsters, you're able to do more of them. 1 for 1. This is mainly to get to your Atlantean Prince. Moray of Greed is really good in my opinion. I know some people don't like running it, but I think it is a solid card that lets you, because some of these monsters you do not want to see in your hand at certain moments, and being able to shuffle them out. So yeah, being able to shuffle them out, it's pretty nice, just because let's say there's so usually like Lapis Dragon, you're not going to really want this in your hand, since this is something you're going to want to search to get out later. So being able to get rid of that is pretty nice. Or sometimes Megalo is a little too expensive to summon at the moment, so you want to get rid of that. But yeah, just a few cards, a bit spike. Sometimes I end up shuffling him out. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. It lets you reset your hand a bit. So I got two triple tactic talents. I think this card is very good, especially in this deck where a big weakness of this deck is that hand traps like Effect Veiler, Infinite. So Effect Veiler, hopefully it's an Effect Veiler. If it's an Infinite Impermanence, you're not going to be able to use triple tactics for that. But yeah, hopefully if they use an Effect Veiler, you're able to use this, draw 2 cards, generate more plays with that. Because this deck is able to do more plays in your hand once you once you have more cards in your hand. You are able to do more plays. Some decks get stumped once you get their like chokehold on their field. This deck just needs more cards in your hand, so that's pretty nice. Pot of Avarice for the same reason. So yeah, you can see like draw cards here. You can even use it to just look at your opponent's hand and then get rid of anything else they might have. But I mean, I think once they use like a monster effect to try to stop you, you're gonna want to just draw the 2. Deep Sea Aria, I see people running this at 3. I think that's pretty solid too. I do like it just at 2. But yeah, just banish one water monster from your grave and add a level 4 Lord. Sometimes I mess up like the 5 count for the Elemental Lord, so I end up just having to use Aria to banish that and then search out another one. So but yeah, I think this is pretty decent. You can also use this to just just banish your water monster, and then yeah, what I was saying, yeah, it's just really good card. I can totally see you running 3 if you want to run 3. I decided just go for 2. This card also got reprinted in the Mega Pack. Used to be an $8 card. Just so you guys know that. Monster Reborn. It's Monster Reborn. Generates plays, which is very helpful. Mizuki here. This is your main way of getting into your stronger beaters, since these guys are like are mainly Megalo. It's gonna be the strong one you're gonna want to have out, and then just give this to, especially since it does search it out. So you just give it the Mizuki. Yeah, and it'll negate the first spell. But yeah, Trishula. This is another way and to just rip a card out of your opponent's hand. It is very nice when you're able to summon it. Yeah, just more ways to get rid of things in their hand field. Depending if you go first or second, but usually you're just gonna, if you go first, you're just gonna banish something from their hand. You are locked into basically water synchros. So Dragite is just a good way to just search. I mean, just a way to negate a spell or trap. It's cool. It has its moments. White Aura Whale. This card is pretty cool. Since when it's synchro summon, it does destroy all of your opponent's attack position monsters, and it can do 2 attacks, or it can make up to 2 attacks on monsters. So that's nice. Yeah, has its moments where it comes in. So Desert Locust, this card is I'll go back to it because I do need to explain another one to go to it. Mermail, Abyss Gaios. So this card is a little bit of a, it has I mean, it's pretty cool just being able to negate everything on the field, and it's a little bit of a floodgate for your opponent. It's nice. It's a nice card. I don't go into it often, but when I do, it has its pretty good moments. Bahamut Shark. There are plays where you're able to go 2 Dragoons and then exceed them to Bahamut Shark and get Totally Awesome out, or you can get Totally Awesome out on the right way with Ronin Totem, which leads me to the 2 Totally Awesome. That's why you have that. Abyss Dweller has moments if you're playing against a graveyard focus stack. This could be a good way to slow them down a bit. Appaloosa, really good card. I think you guys all know it. It's in like every deck pretty much. But yeah, you're able to generate a lot of materials, and once you go into this, just keep in mind that there are some cards that lock you into water monsters, which I'll go to in a bit. Unicorn, just being able to bounce something back, it's nice. So Coral Anemone is the one I was talking about, where it does lock you into special summoning, where you're not able to special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except water monsters. So keep that in mind, so you don't like cheese your opponent out and end up like beating them by summoning an Appaloosa or something. You don't want to do that. This Mermail Link monster is not that great. It has moments where it is pretty nice to summon. Just the thing is, it's very slow just because you're not able to use its effects until your opponent's turn. So it's not that good, but it has moments where it comes, where it shines. Here we got Hulk, Krishan Hulk. So this deck, obviously besides like the triple tactics, which this deck would be pretty relatively like not too expensive. I think the main thing is like the Krishan Hulk and the 2 triple tactics. This card used to be $8, but it got reprinted. So yeah, hopefully just reprint these other cards. Unless I'm missing one of these other cards that's expensive and I just don't know. But yeah, and but yeah, Hulk, a good way to generate some plays. It is your way to special summon a level 3 lower tuner. This is what I was talking about, the Fishborg launcher, as you're able to use this to go do some synchro plays. And then during your opponent's turn, you can banish it, summon a synchro tuner. So there are multiple targets that you can go for. I like going for Desert Locust just because I'm focused on like getting rid of cards in their hands, and this is a cool way to do it. Since Krishan Hulk, its effect does count as a synchro summon, you're able to use this to special summon a tuner synchro. You summon Desert Locust during your opponent's turn. Since it's during their turn, they have to discard a card. Yeah, cool card. It's a unique play that you could do with Hulk. Pretty fun way to just get rid of a card in their hand. They do get to choose though, sadly, so it's not as good as you would think, but it has some moments. You can also synchro with it. So Bujinki Ahashima. So this card is your main way of going into into getting your 2 Dragoons out and going for your what's it called, Bahamut Shark. So with this card, if it is link summon, you can special summon 2 monsters with the same level, one in your hand and one in your grave, and then you make them exceed. So typically you're gonna want to go like the Atlantean Prince, send 1 Dragoon, and then search out a Dragoon, and that's how you set one in the grave and 1 on the field. And yeah, And typically from there, you're just going to want to go into your link 2, go into this, set it up, and obviously you're going to have the 2 Dragoons where they need to be. They get summoned, you go for Bahamut, you get totally awesome. Now you're protected from Nibiru's or any other card or any other any other disruptions that they might try to do. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. If you want to see something like more revolved around this deck, maybe I'll do like test hands, or I'll do duel some people on this. Yeah, just let me know. Yeah, check out TNC's in the description if you guys want to check that out. You're probably going to see a lot of videos about it. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.